I'm Coach Lewis with City of Palms Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and this is
Justin with City of Palms Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
So as we're working our way down the instructional over the First Strike curriculum, we just went over the X choke, how to maintain mount, and the S arm bar, S mount arm bar.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to kind of keep building off of that, and we're going to go into the technical mount, what technical mount is, and technical mount arm bar. You mind getting on your back, Justin? So again, maintaining a good mount position, just the mount position, is keeping your head off the center line, toes touching, knees out wide, and I like to drive my shoulder into their face here, making them look in opposite direction. That being said, it makes it really hard for them to be able to bridge straight up and down, because in order to have the most amount of power, they have to have their body in line with their whole spine. So if you turn their head to one side or the other and are able to keep it in that direction, they don't have the full mobility to extend their hips up as if they would if it was straight up. So I like to grab the gi if I can't get my hand in their armpit, and I like to drive my shoulder over. A little recap from the other day, and I like to keep my base out wide. So if he does try to bridge, I can post, and go out from here. So a lot of times you'll go from grabbing this gi, and while still maintaining this pressure, keeping his head turned, I'll put my hand in his lapel here, setting up for the X choke. As I come around to keep this X choke, usually what they'll do is they'll start protecting their neck, the choke itself. So he starts bridging really hard, and this time he bridges so hard, I slide my knee up, turn. I slide my knee up, and I try to slide my knee up so far it's up behind his head, and my foot here is on his waistline, and I have his arm already trapped. Now, like I said before, is that I like to personally switch from here and grabbing my gi, trapping their arm, not trying to grab their arm right away or their hand. But that also means that their elbow has to be here within my leg against my waist, my thigh here, because if Justin has pulled it this way, I'm not gonna be able to get it so much. I'll have to start trying to reset. So if I'm down here, locking it up, another way to grab this arm bar is to go from here, grab his wristwatch, grab my wristwatch, setting up the Kimura, grabbing a Kimura hold here. And then you can lean, step over, and I like to kick back like a hamstring and slowly sit back for the arm bar like such. Thumb up, getting the tap. Also, going all the way back to the technical mount position, where my hand is inside, how I like to do it personally. Again, like I showed earlier during the S mount, is I like to, he was holding here, he's trying to hold this, stop himself from getting a choke. Since we're in the pajamas, the gi here, I like to let go of this and grab my own. I even like to swim under sometimes and pass it off to where I'm still blocking it. If I can, I'll use my own gi to help trap it in there, and I'm holding him tight. I like to post, and not just push, but grab and post and lean. I then step over and I can kick back. This can give you a straight arm bar if you're up high enough, or fall back. If you can't get the arm bar, you need to go two hands. You can go 2 on 1, and make sure the thumb is straight up and down like a baseball bat, and you'll get the tap. One more time from the beginning. A good mount position. We're going to start off with that. Toes touching, knees out wide, grabbing the lapel. Having a hard cross face, keeping his head turned so he can't bridge you one way or the other with the good base out here. I then will let go of the gi, and I'll put my hand in his lapel, start setting up for the X choke. I'll come around, Mr. Justin's neck, And usually I like to try to stay across their face with my forearm, not so hard, they're your training partners, to where they still can't bridge that much. But if it comes down and they're able to bridge, they bridge up so hard on that side, you can slide up, staying tight with them. Bringing your knee up as high as you can. You can even reposition and get even higher into the technical mount, almost resting your thigh or their head on your thigh. I then like to swim through, passing off from my left hand to my right hand. I like to grab the pants so I have something to push on, giving him more pressure. Because as I lean this way, I'm relieving pressure off of Justin so he doesn't feel so trapped. So I like to push on him. I then bring my foot over his face. I kick back with my hamstring. I then slowly bridge up, getting the tap. That is the armbar from Technical Mount.